Do you want to be ahead of the game for the latest in arts, music, cuisine, and entertainment across the Middle East's most dynamic capital cities? Al Monitor is proud to launch our City Pulse newsletters, focused exclusively on local news, starting in Riyadh, Dubai, Istanbul, and Doha. Each week, our on-the-ground writers in these cities cover the latest cultural happenings and trends, so you have everything you need to know for the best local experiences. To subscribe for free, go to almonitor.com, that's al-monitor.com, and sign up on our newsletter page.
Welcome back to the Al Monitor Brief. I'm Adam Lucente. Major wildfires broke out in the Jerusalem area on Wednesday, prompting the evacuation of numerous villages. Some drivers abandoned their vehicles on Israel's Highway 1 as the blaze spread, and the Israeli government has appealed to Greece, Cyprus, Italy, and other nearby countries for help. Dozens have been hospitalized for complications related to smoke inhalation. This marks the second time in a week that fires have broken out near Jerusalem. The cause of the current fire is unknown. One suspect has reportedly been detained in East Jerusalem, and it's worth noting that the area is experiencing hot, dry, and windy conditions. My guest this episode is Al Monitor's Israel Pulse chief, Rina Bassist. Rina takes us through the situation in Jerusalem, what we know about the cause of the fires, and Israel's history of wildfires. Hope you enjoy. Rina, welcome back to the Al Monitor Brief.
Thank you. Nice to be with you, Adam.
Rina, the first question is, how serious are these fires, and what's the damage until now?
Yeah, I have to say that the fires have been raging since this morning, and for the moment, it seems that the firefighters are really struggling, Adam, to control them. At least 9 fire hubs are active as of Wednesday evening Israel time, and dozens of villages have been evacuated so far. And these include also, and that's very interesting, the village of Neve Ilan. And I'm mentioning that because some of the country's TV stations are located in this village, and the studios of the public broadcaster Kan and of Channel 12, both of them had to be shut down and evacuated in the middle of broadcasting. Now, Highway 1, which is Israel's most important transport route, is closed for the moment, as are Highways 3 and 11. The firefighter department explained earlier in the day that several private vehicles and buses were trapped on these highways because of the smoke, because of the fire. People had to be evacuated by foot. At least 10 civilians, as far as we know for the moment, and 12 firefighters were injured, mostly, you can imagine, for inhaling smoke. And according to the chief of the firefighter services, this is one of the largest fires ever registered in Israel in recent years.
And what do we know so far about the cause of the fire, and what is the latest information we're seeing on the arrests that have been made?
Yes, the cause is unclear for the moment. Now, the weather has been exceptionally hot, exceptionally dry this week with very strong winds. So at the beginning, the authorities assumed that the fire broke out because of the harsh weather conditions. This was apparently the case with some sort of a similar fire that broke out in Israel just a week ago. But around midday today, the police confirmed, as you said, that it had detained one person suspected in involvement in arson. The person, it was said, was questioned at the police station in East Jerusalem. That being said, the firefighter department stressed it was too early to say whether the fight was indeed due to arson.
And what countries are helping Israel battle the fires so far?
Now, Adam, the Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar spoke today with several European and non-European counterparts, asking them for help. What Israel mostly needs are supertankers and other aircrafts and helicopters, Canadairs that are used for spreading water under fires, over fires. Israel does not have enough of these, and we already know that Cyprus, Greece, Italy, Croatia, if I remember well, Bulgaria, Spain, and Romania, all of these countries are expected to send such aircraft to Israel as early as tomorrow morning. I'd say that the minister also spoke with the foreign ministers of the United Kingdom, of France, the Czech Republic, Sweden, even North Macedonia and Azerbaijan. So the list of countries assisting Israel could grow longer during the night. Ukraine and Ecuador also proposed to help.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Rina Bassist after this short break.
Today's transformation of the Middle East is at the center of global geopolitics. Whether you're an analyst, diplomat, executive, or academic, you need the best reporting and analysis to understand what's really happening on the ground and what it means for the world. Al Monitor is the award-winning independent leader in Middle East news. From Riyadh to Beirut, Abu Dhabi to Doha, and Baghdad to Tehran, our team of over 100 expert journalists report daily on the top stories driving the regional trends. Download our mobile app and subscribe to Al Monitor to follow what leaders and decision makers are reading every day. Go to almonitor.com, that's AL-MONITOR.com, and use promo code POD25, POD25, for a discount.
Okay, we're back. Rina, the last question is a historical one. What is Israel's history with wildfires? We at Al Monitor have covered, similar fires in Lebanon and also in North Africa and other parts of the wider region. But has anything like this happened in Israel before?
Yes, we spoke about the very harsh weather conditions, and Israel is indeed a dry country with a very hot summer. So wildfires are a problem that the country has been confronted with for many years. And the largest fire recorded in Israel goes back, it was a forest fire, goes back already to 1989. It lasted 4 days. It caused very extensive damage to flora and fauna. If we go a little bit later than that, in 2010, another fire broke out in the Carmel forest, that's in the north of Israel near Haifa. A bus transporting cadet police officers that were sent to evacuate a nearby prison because of the fire was caught in the fire. 44 of these cadets were killed at that incident in what became actually one of the deadliest civil catastrophes in the history of Israel. At the time, we're talking about 17,000 people that were evacuated from their homes, with the fire causing very serious damage to neighborhoods in Haifa, in the Druze village of Osafia, the artist village of Ein Hod, and some other localities. We had another very big fire in 2016. It was actually a wave of fires that broke out across Israel. Particularly large fires broke out again in Haifa in the north, in Zichron Yaakov, in Gush Talmonim, and as we have now in the Jerusalem mountains. So we're, Adam, in a sort of a vicious cycle with very large fires breaking out every few years, some of them because of extreme weather conditions, some, we have to say, ignited by Palestinian militants on purpose. But as I said in the beginning of this podcast, we do not know if this was indeed the case this time around.
Rina, thanks a lot for your time and for your reporting on the situation.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks for listening to the Al Monitor Brief. Be sure to follow Al Monitor for more on the stories impacting the Middle East. Until next time, I'm Adam Lucente.